was little, when he was 8 or 9 or 10, a lot of the kids his age had to have jobs. They didn't go to school. They had to have jobs, and it made them sick, and it was really dangerous, and a lot of them were hurt, and some of them were even killed. So they couldn't go to school, and they couldn't go out and play with their friends. All they did was work. Do you think that was right? No. Well, so what happened is, when my grandfather was, well, let's see, he was maybe about 12 or 13 years old, people in this country got upset that kids had to work in places like this. And so they started protesting. This is a picture of some kids who started protesting. Can you imagine having to go protest to go to school? To go march like all the teachers did in Phoenix yesterday, and like the teachers are doing here in Tucson? People are still doing that today. When things are unfair, this is what people do. They protest like these kids who said, we don't want to work in factories all day long. We don't want to have to work in the coal mines. We want to be able to go to school and learn, and we want to be able to play with our friends. And so when my grandfather grew up, he was working in a factory like this. He was a grown-up, but he was working in a factory. And it was dangerous, and they didn't get paid very much, and they had to work really long hours. And so he joined together with his friends who worked at the same factory, and they started a union. And he helped organize all of his friends to make sure that everyone who worked in that factory got paid more, and that they had time to be off from their job so they could spend time with their kids. And he became the president of that union, and this was his gavel. So when he would have big meetings of all of his friends who were part of the union, he would use this gavel to make them all be quiet and start the meeting. Do you want to see it? I keep that gavel. I keep it with me in my house or on my desk, wherever I am, and it always reminds me that when people stick together and fight for their rights, for what's right, that they can make change happen.